Hey booktubers, it's the Hobbit here, and this is my December wrap-up and January TBR. Okay, so welcome to 2017. For the new year, I'm going to be starting back with my uploading schedule, and I think I said this in one of my other videos in the Q&A, but I'm going to upload every Tuesday and Saturday, and like if there's videos in between, they're just like bonus videos. Basically, this is just my December wrap-up, January TBR, good way to start out the new year. And I'm going to talk a bit about reading goals for January. Not January. 2017. The first book that I read in December was Gemena by Amy Hoffman and Jake Kristoff, and I read Illuminae last month, as you saw in my November wrap-up, and I read Gemena immediately after and loved it. It was amazing. 5 out of 5 stars for sure. Like, it's a common theme on my channel. I really dislike sci-fi. Like, I don't know what it is, I just don't like it. Like, I never really enjoy sci-fi except for Zenith and this series. I didn't like, I can't remember what one I didn't like, but like there's many sci-fis that I'm just like not interested in, and I've never seen like any of the classic sci-fi movies like Star Wars or Star Trek because I just am not interested in it at all. If you don't know, Illuminae is told in files and IM conversations and like pictures and graphics and stuff like that, so there's like no actual storytelling. But it's like really easy to follow. Like, I thought it would be really confusing, but it's super easy to follow, and I think I like it so much because it's a cool concept that's unlike any other sci-fi I've ever really heard of. So that's probably why I loved it so much. And I also really like the characters. I think they're super interesting and fun. The next book that I read and finished in December is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, which is a reread, of course, because I mean, like, my channel is the Hufflepuffle. I have a Hufflepuff banner behind me. It is highly unlikely that I haven't read the Harry Potter series, and you know I have, but I reread the first book last month, and I loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. It's Harry Potter. Like, what do you expect? Like, the magic is still totally there. So yeah, and I'm hoping to like casually reread the series throughout the year. So that's one of my reading goals for 2017 is reread Harry Potter, however like long it takes. Like, I'll read like maybe a book like once a month, or like if I might skip a month. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna read Chamber of Secrets this month, but I might read it in February. Like, who knows? As long as I finish this reread by the end of 2017. The next book that I read and finished in December is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. If you've been following my channel for any amount of time, you know how much distaste and hatred I have for Maggie Stiefvater's other book, Shiver. So I was really apprehensive to read The Raven Boys, even though I've heard so many amazing things, and even people who hated Shiver love Raven Boys, so I was like, Jenna Claire Code's recommendation, because she was like, you'll like it. Like, it doesn't, like, I know that you hate Shiver, but you will like it. Trust me. And I did. She was right. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Loved it. 5 out of 5 stars to The Raven Boys. I thought it was phenomenal. Maggie Stiefvater blew me away with this book. And the last book that I finished in December was The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, which was on my to-be-read list for December, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna finish it. I read this much because I had read this much already like 2 years ago in 2014. Christmas 2014 is when I read like this much. But then I stopped, unfortunately, but I was able to, literally the bookmark was still in it from 2 years ago, and I was able to literally pick it up right and just finish from right where I left off. So like, it's The Hobbit, so like I know the story, and like I know like the characters, so I wasn't like confused or anything. It was a pretty easy book to just pick up from where I left off, but I'm so happy I finally finished it. I don't know what took me so long. It was really easy to finish. I like, one morning, like, I woke up and I was just like, I'm gonna finish this book because I am tired of being like, I'll finish it later, I want to read something else first. I was like, I'm gonna finish The Hobbit, and I'm gonna love it, and I did. Speaking of reading goals for 2017, one of my reading goals for 2017 is to read The Lord of the Rings, at least The Fellowship of the Ring, because I've love Lord of the Rings, like the movies, and I love Middle-earth. Like, I am obsessed with Middle-earth. Speak a little bit of Elvish, so I'm planning on making videos about Elvish in the future, so like we'll get to that, you'll see that later, but like I do speak a little bit of Elvish, and I really admired Tolkien's creation of the creatures, and I just love them so much. And of course, like Legolas, like, I mean, come on. Okay, now moving on to the January TBR for 2017. So I only have 2 books here with me, but I have 4 on my TBR list, because my goal for 2017 is to read 48 books, which is 4 per month, because that's like a reachable goal with my busy life and like my reading speed. First book that I want to read in January is Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. Now, I have started this, and I started it last year when it came out, and I was on page 100, and I picked up right from where I left off. Well, I backtracked a chapter, because I was in the middle of one and it was really confusing, so I backtracked a chapter, reread that, and started reading again from where I left off, because like I said, I'm pretty good at that. And also, I wasn't very far into the story, so I could like kind of recall like the basic events that happened, and there wasn't too much that had gone down yet. So I picked it back up where I left off, and this is my first read of 2017, and then I'm going to read Wayfarer after. So Passenger and Wayfarer are the first 2 books on my 2017 to be read list. The next book that I want to read in January is Ever the Hunted by Erin Summerall, and this is our the Book Puffs book of the month for January. So the Book Puffs is a read-along group that I have with Maggie from A Bookish Fairy Tale, and we read a book every month and do a live show about it. It's like pretty much every other read-along group that you see, and our book of the month for January is Ever the Hunted by Erin Summerall. So pick it up, read it, and tag along to our live show. We don't have a date picked out for the live show yet, but if you watch our Heartless live show on January 7th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, no, yes, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, then we will announce the live show date for Ever the Hunted. So you still have time to read Heartless and tag along to our Heartless live show January 7th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will have a special guest. Taylicious Reads, or Taylor, will be joining us for our live show. And the last book on my to be read list for January is The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, because I read The Raven Boys last month and I'm really excited to see how the series progresses. The Dream Thieves is the 4th book on my TBR for the month of January. I want to do Diversity Bingo 2017. Hopefully I'll be able to fill it out. Yeah, so that is it. That's my December wrap-up and January TBR. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Hufflepuffle out and stay alive.